Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out a game called Bright Paw. This is on Steam. Full disclosure, this is a sponsored gameplay video. I'm using an Xbox One controller. I do have links down below in the description should you be interested in checking this game out. I'm just going to play it for a little bit. I thought it looked interestingly enough, so let's go ahead.
Well, it's time we got you sorted out with these cards.
Alright.
Come on now, we haven't got all day.
Tap a card to preview and release to play.
Sorry about that. Just give that rewind button a tap and we'll see if we can't start walking around things instead of into them.
Tap the rewind button. Alright. And I'm using a controller, so it might be a little bit more different.
If you ever find yourself in a pickle, just remember that you can take a step back and try something else.
Okay. So is it kind of like a puzzle game?
Well, and see where they get you.
Alright, so basically going to choose that one. See if it makes me go around. There we go. Click and drag to rotate the camera. There we go. Zoom the wheels, zoom in and out. That's pause. Alright. Oh, I just restarted the entire stage. That's good. I'm gonna use the mouse. Since the mouse is a lot easier.
Honestly, link your own dream. Do you even know where you are?
I do not know where I am.
Oh well, it's time we got you sorted out with these cards. Come on now, we haven't got all day.
Tap and hold the card to preview.
Oh, sorry about that.
Let's rewind.
Just give that rewind button a tap and we'll see if we can't start walking around things instead of...
This guy's extra Britishy.
If you find yourself in a pickle, just remember that you can take a step back and try something else. Now, give these a whirl and see where they get you.
Alright, let's do that one. And we'll do that one. And that one.
There you go. Remember, Theo.
Oh, okay.
Look around at any time.
That's what happened.
What's that just there?
What's that?
Maybe you should give it a peek.
Tap. Odd cat box. A strangely familiar but otherwise nondescript box. Okay. I have no clue what that could be.
I wonder what that's doing sitting around here. Maybe you should keep your eyes open for other interesting things. You never know what you'll find.
Never know what I'll find. Alright.
We're done here. Go on, leap into your family's arms. Lauren and Nathaniel are waiting.
Leap into my family's arms. Interesting. Act 1, murder. So there's a murder mystery or something in this, or what? Sounds like some rumbling going on. So my cat that witnesses a murder?
Oh, okay. Well, after being woken unceremoniously by a sudden noise, our hero Theo felt that if he was to be kept awake, he deserved to know why.
Okay. So. I like the music.
Hearing the yelling from the kitchen, Theo wondered if he had really moved from his bed just to listen to some tiff.
Just to listen to some tiff. Okay, there's some serious tiffing going on now. Oh, and I gotta rewind.
Ah, perhaps things were a little more serious.
Oh wait, no I don't. Because I went right to the thing. Okay, so this is interesting. So it is kind of like a puzzle game. I'm sure it eventually builds up.
It seemed normal. Except, what was that he could see across the room? He had to take a closer look. God. Theo couldn't believe what he was seeing. His family, motionless on the floor. But that was it. No gun, nothing at all. Was someone else here?
That's creepy.
Theo could only think about one thing. Someone was surely responsible for this.
Poor cat.
And he had to know who.
I like that it's doing like a narrative, like it's reading a storybook almost. Like I dig that.
Cautiously examining the hallway, Theo saw no signs of the killer. Instead,
It's a
he
big
found
house.
signs of destruction carved through strange machines before him.
All right. Out of place robot. Grandfather clock. Nathaniel's graduation. All right. So it looks like we can go 1, 2. Let's do this one. Nope. We'll do that one.
The deeper into the room Theo moved,
Do that
the more
one.
he realized that something was amiss. That bright red light hadn't always been there, had it?
No, I don't think it has always been there. Act 2 already. Jeez. We're killing it. Got an achievement. Everything. Okay, so here we go. Laser. Oh, gosh.
Although he could not shake the image of his departed owners, Theo suddenly found himself somewhere very different indeed. However, before he could appreciate his new surroundings, he found his attention drawn to the glowing hot wall of energy in front of him.
Yeah. There's freaking lasers now. Security bot.
Faced with something so clearly hazardous, he thought it might be wise to take a moment to think before diving headlong into oblivion. Oh, what a pleasant surprise! After his daring maneuver, Theo found that he was...
Whoa! Let's rewind.
Clearly, Theo didn't have time to mess about with a killer on the loose.
There we go.
Perhaps that vent offered a way
That's
through.
hilarious. My cat got lasered.
Still somewhat tense from his previous trial, Theo was immensely relieved to find no deadly lasers when he emerged from the vent. On the other hand, he was instead faced with a functional, frantic, and quite soggy security robot.
Let's see. We'll go this way.
Skirted by the distracted machine, Theo found himself eyeing the hole-riddled aquarium. Either someone was stalking the halls shooting at water features, or the security needed to work on their aim. Though the appeal of fresh fish was enticing, it was offset by the risk of an unexpected bite.
Oh, wow.
Rather than contemplate such a terrible fate any further, Theo decided to make a quick exit.
I definitely did make a quick exit. Oh, man, this game is something else. I wasn't expecting it to be...
Advancing cautiously, Theo was encouraged by the sight of another aquarium, this time with the water safely inside, not threatening to unpleasantly dampen his fur. There was no time to fish, however, as security appeared to be taking its job a touch more seriously.
Definitely a much more different gaming experience than I had anticipated.
Although Theo could be easily distracted, he knew when it was time to focus.
I ran out of space. I ran out of moves. Okay. Let's go back. Actually, we'll start the stage all over. Wow. So this one's actually kind of a little bit more challenging than I anticipated.
Advancing cautiously, Theo was encouraged by the sight of another aquarium, this time with the water safely inside, not threatening to unpleasantly dampen his fur. There was no time to fish, however, as security appeared to be taking its job a touch more seriously.
So I think I could do Ah. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's retry completely. This one's going to be a little tricky.
Advancing cautiously, Theo was encouraged by the sight of another aquarium, this time with the water safely inside, not threatening to unpleasantly dampen his fur. There was no time to fish, however, as security appeared to be taking its job a touch more seriously. Although Theo could be easily distracted, he knew when it was time to focus.
Alright, let's see. Taking a breather real quick to figure this out.
That time had arrived.
Let's try this one. Try that one.
His attention away from the unattainable, Theo delicately stepped between the broken remains of some very expensive-looking showpieces. Despite his lack of
I think we got it.
Fine art, he was disgusted by the wanton destruction before him. Having successfully weaved past the searching eyes of the guard, he was overjoyed to see that he could just follow the killer through a door instead of crawling through the ventilation like a rodent.
Let's grab that cat statue. Act 2, level 4.
Theo cast his eyes about the grandiose room, the impressive decor marred by the smoking wreckage of robotic guards. Clearly, someone with no respect for interior design had been this way. However, hanging over the remains of a reception desk, Theo spotted something that took his interest. Bright Paw Industries.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Despite the damage, the underlying class of this Bright Paw establishment was clear. The placement of several large aquariums, brimming with exotic fish, was an inspired design choice.
There we go.
Respect. Theo crossed the room, breathing in the intoxicating fragrance
Nope,
of fish,
gotta redo that.
while taking care to avoid the remaining hazards. As he did, his mind began to wander. Why was a place like this situated beneath his home? And more importantly, why had these fishy treats not been brought to his attention before? At first glance, it appeared that Theo had stumbled into a storage room for broken glass. Except there were other items in the glittering fragments. Grenades? Missiles? An umbrella?
Let's rewind that.
Theo padded behind.
Yeah. That's tough. Let's wait. Move. Nope. Damn, this really makes you use your noggin. We're gonna go behind homie.
Theo padded behind the guard, pondering his discoveries. A hidden underground facility, robotic security, and now rooms filled with odd weapons. What on earth was this place? Looking back, Theo considered that it was perhaps
There we go.
unwise to leave
Theo.
such
I like that
destructive
name, by
toys
the way.
lying around.
Theo.
On the other hand, there was no way someone would leave live explosives on display. Probably best to ignore it and hurry on.
Act 2, Level 6, Boardroom.
Theo contemplated the ruins of the once magnificent boardroom, which had been reduced to little more than burnt mahogany by some kind of explosion. Apparently, the killer had needed to clear the room in a hurry. But why? Oh, perhaps those lasers were a motivator.
Perhaps the lasers were a motivator. Alright,
With the wall of death slowly advancing, Theo scrambled for a plan to slip by. There, across the room, a shattered glass wall offering a glimpse of escape. Deftly avoiding glass with his paws, Theo found his eyes drawn to a large portrait on the wall. Was that Nathaniel? As he stood, he wondered, how much of all this was his master responsible for?
alright. Nice. I'm glad I was able to get through that act. So it doesn't seem like this game is that long at all, actually.
Someone had clearly been rifling through the deliveries recently, though they didn't seem to have found what they were looking for.
Okay.
Obviously, the killer had been looting the facility,
Ransacked crates.
and it was unlikely that they planned to use volatile weaponry to spread peace and joy. Being a conscientious cat, Theo knew it fell to him to put a stop to the killer's nefarious activities.
I love that guy's accent. Act 3, Level 2, Depot.
Finding himself inside a warehouse, the towering stacks of crates gave Theo some measure of hope. Perhaps the killer would try to search the top of an unstable pile and fall to their doom.
Okay.
Lost in daydreams of the killer being buried alive,
Oh, wow.
Theo stepped blindly forwards onto a conveyor belt, promptly shuffling him away from his happy thoughts. Perhaps
That's interesting. Now there's conveyor belts. I like how it adds all sorts of different elements and stuff. This is definitely a way better game than I anticipated. I didn't think it was going to have this much variety and charm to it. I love the narration. I love how it's like adventurous.
Under some nearby crates, it appeared Theo's wishes had been heard. However, he tempered his excitement until he could get a closer look.
Oh, nope, let's rewind.
Stepping over a broken belt with great care, he was disappointed to discover not a body, but simply several empty crates bearing the label High Explosive. The empty crates led Theo to conclude three things. The killer had found what they were looking for, they were definitely up to something, and Theo's work was not yet done. He moved on with the hope that the killer's loot would be enough.
There we
to slow
go.
him down.
I think I figured it out. Nice. Alright, so it takes you saying, I love that rewind feature, by the way.
Theo pondered the erratic crusade of the robots as they fired at non-existent threats. Perhaps the killer had just passed through?
Okay, rewind. Nope. You know what? I'm going to end it here, guys. I had enough. I don't want to spoil all the game for you. Again, check out the link in the description. Appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Thank you.